Hey, how's it going? It's Jonathan Miller here. Let's go for a drive. My name is Jonathan Miller, and I'd like to ask you to join me on the largest car review in the world. Why? Because you're all coming along with me. I know your time is precious, so I appreciate you spending some of that time with me. Today, I'm going to head to the BMW The Main Line in the suburbs of Philadelphia to drive a 2018 BMW M3 CS. Unfortunately, I can't drive that exact car because of the fact that it's a very limited run, one of 515 in the United States. So they offered me to take out a standard M3, which should give you guys a little bit of a comparison. It should be a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button, and make sure you hit the bell to be notified of the newest updates on this site. Have a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Sit back and enjoy. Today I am in a 2015 BMW M3 6-speed manual. I'm currently driving it in the Sport Plus mode, which is the harshest of the mode. Hopefully you guys can hear that sound. Alright, this is a quick car. And they sound pretty mean, wow. The reason why I am in the driver's seat of this 2015 BMW M3 is because I'm going to take a look at the newest and greatest to find out if it is the best M3 that BMW has built, the BMW M3 CS. The problem is, with only about 550 coming to the United States, obviously they don't want the cars being driven, because the owner of the new car would obviously not want any miles on the car. So I'm doing the next best thing and taking the regular M3 out for a ride. So the standard M3 has about 425 horsepower. I will be talking about the M3 CS in detail, but it has a little more horsepower, has lots more carbon fiber, it's gone on a diet. It does not come with a manual transmission. The M3 CS is only available with the M DCT dual clutch transmission and costs about $100,000, whereas an M3 M4 base price is in the, basically you can get one for under 70 grand, nicely optioned. I actually have a 2001 E46 M3 with an inline 6, non-turboed. That will probably be the last naturally aspirated M3 that was available. This one is turbocharged, forced induction, so it is a lot faster than my E46. No comparison. Alright, so I just put my heads-up display into M view, which gives me color. A tachometer with a red line. It gives me my gear, and it gives me my speed. So it's basically like a track function. If you're on the track, you want to see your revs. You probably don't need to see your speed, but seeing the gear is a nice little option. I've had quite a bit of seat time in the F80 M3s. My friend had one, actually just turned it back on the lease and got himself a 718 Cayman S Porsche, which he loves. Manual transmission, just like his M3 was. Sorry, it's a Prius, of course, causing issues in the road. So I did get to spend some time in his M3, and I did a little bit of a video. I'll put the link down below of my drive in that car. That car was mineral white on black, manual transmission, non-competition package. This car is black on a light brown interior. Does not have the competition package either. Hopefully you can hear that though. This car is super fast. It does 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds. the new M3 CS dual clutch transmission with launch control. We'll do it in 3.7. Don't need much more speed on the street than this. It's probably too fast. And I do not own this car, so all you guys asking, I will not be turning traction control off. I've been told by many people that the M3s have issues with traction to begin with, so there's no ways I'm turning traction off on the street with it not being my car. Plus, I don't really want to speed too much on the street. It's just dangerous. The roads here are pretty awful, so we're gonna hit lots of bumps and potholes. I'm in Sport Plus, and the ride isn't too bad. Actually, I'm not sure that this car has the adaptive suspension. I actually think it has just the standard coilover systems or whatever BMW has on here. Because my friend's car, his car was way stiffer. It was actually too stiff. This car has got a nice blend of stiffness and ride quality. So I actually think this car rides a lot better. I think that the Sport Plus on this car does something with the exhaust and the engine tune and the steering as well. Alright, we're coming up to a cool little turn. Downshift in the second. Hit the brakes. Standard brakes in the car work very well. Beautiful first day of fall weather here in the suburbs of Philadelphia. It's about low 60s. We had Hurricane Michael. Wow, there's a car in the middle of my lane. Not very smart. Hurricane Michael dumped on us last night, but it has cleared out. You can see some blue sky finally. It's been very rare here in the Northeast. No rain, low humidity. It's amazing for a turbocharged car. I don't really feel much lag. I mean, I put my foot down. I'm in third at 2,500 RPM. Actually, hold on, I have to slow down. This guy's turning in front of me. So I'm back in first because I'm stopped. And the guy's not turning. Alright, so here we go. There's no turbo lag. I mean, it's just instant power. Even from really low in the revs, this car's got a lot of bite. Now I'm at 1,500 RPM, put my foot down, and it goes. You can hear the turbo spool there. You probably won't get that on video, but it's you can definitely hear the turbo spool, which is awesome. For a non-super exotic sports car, this has one of the loudest stock exhaust systems I've heard. We're gonna get a little launch here, see what it does. Three, two, one. That's fast. Definitely didn't go full throttle, but this thing pulls. It's amazing that this is a 6-cylinder. And I love shifting cars. It's the best thing you can do. It's going to be definitely a lost art very soon. I cannot be behind this guy anymore. Let's turn. Now I'm behind a trash truck. Let's just say, would I get a new M3? 100%. They look awesome with the big fenders. You can get the cool competition wheels. Ceramics are an option. I don't think I would go for those on the street. It's just too expensive. And the truck is going the exact way I want to go. So I'm going to turn again. So I mean, even under like 70% throttle, the traction like clicked on. It's not even super cold out. So this thing's got a lot of power. back to my point. Yeah, I'll definitely get an M3, M4. Actually, I think I like the look of the M4 better, although the four-door M3 is definitely a great looking car. I wouldn't say no to it either. Obviously, it's easier with four doors if you've got kids or you want to get in the back seat. Obviously, the M4 is a little slicker. It's got, you know, carbon fiber trunk, which is really cool. I probably would get a competition car just because it's got like the cooler seats and the cool wheels and a couple other upgrades. This car handles amazingly well. Really nice steering. Shifter's really nice gearbox. Relatively short for a stock car. Short shifts, I must say. If you choose the manual transmission on this car, you get 6 forward gears. If you choose the paddle shift dual clutch, you get 7 forward gears. So they're obviously geared a little differently. Definitely a different experience. I just drove the i8 Roadster. I'll put a link down below. Completely different kind of car. The i8 is sporty car. I call it a sporty car. This car I will call a full-blown sports car. I mean, you could take this on the track and rip. I mean, you can turn this into a real race car, and they do. BMW sells the M4 GT4 full-on race car. This is a race car for the street. The i8 is more of a cruiser. Rides really nice, quick, definitely not fast like this car. It's amazing. When I was 16 and the E36 was out, they came out with the four-door M3. Those cars, you could get them for like 40 grand sticker. It's amazing how much in like 15 years, 20 years, obviously everything's gone up in price, but it's amazing to see how much cars have gone up. I mean, I think you can get a really nice M3, M4 for, you know, low 70s. M3 has $100,000 for an M3. I never thought I would ever see an M3 cost $100,000. That is a lot of money. So when we get back to the studio and we take a look at that M3 CS, you guys tell me, is it worth another, let's say, $30,000 on top of the standard M3? I really want to hear you guys' opinion, because $30,000 is like a hooked up Volkswagen GTI. That's what my car costs about. I'm going to turn up this road. When I was younger, when the MZ3 Coupe and Roadster were out, when they put the E46 M3 S54 motor in there with 333 horsepower, I gunned it up this road in an M Roadster with the top down, and it was insane fast. I don't know if it was because the car was so little, or if it was obviously was fast, but it was crazy. All right, let's try it in the M3. Yeah, very, very fast. I don't know if you can see, but gets a little squirrely there. Wow, these cars are fast. So awesome. I love sports cars, and I love stick. I'm gonna do a video how to drive a manual transmission. I'll be filming that in my GTI. I think that's something a lot of people asked for, so hopefully you guys will check it out. I did this route earlier in the i8 Roadster. Let's hop on the highway here. Let me give this guy a little berth in front of me. Alright, he's going really slow. Alright, let's go. Wow, that is raw sounding. Awesome. Oh, I could get used to this car. No surprise if you've ever been into Philadelphia. 76, the Schuylkill Expressway is backed up as usual, and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. not really backed up. I'm moving 25, 30 miles an hour, but still, traffic. At least the sun is shining and it's a beautiful day. What more could you ask for? Driving a BMW M3 manual, life can't be that bad right now. There's a lot of people going through a lot worse, having a much worse day than I'm having today. So I really appreciate you guys following me and taking the time out of your busy days. Spend a couple of minutes with me here. Alright guys, so I'm winding down my drive in the BMW M3 and we're gonna go look at the BMW M3 CS. But my impressions of the regular M3, love it. Love the manual transmission, love the speed, love the look. Definitely give it the Gladiator thumbs up. 2 thumbs up maybe. I'm very interested to see what they do with the next M3, because for me, obviously BMW's known for all their cars, but for me, I'm a sports car guy, so for me I look at BMW M. And the M3 has always been what BMW builds everything around. So you have to have that solid base of the M3, and then you can build everything around it. You can bring out the M2, M5, M6, X6M. I know the X3, X4Ms are coming out, but I think you need that solid M3 base. And I think this car definitely has it. So hopefully the next one will bring the same level of driver involvement and enjoyment that this car does, especially with the manual transmission. So let's see what you can do next, BMW, because you did a good job on this car. You have to applaud BMW for putting a manual transmission in this car. Unfortunately, I think this will be the last M car with a manual transmission, at least the last M3, M4. I do not see them keeping the manual, unfortunately. I actually don't see them keeping the dual clutch. I think it's going to be an automatic like in the new M5, and I'm hoping it's going to have all-wheel drive. I think it has to compete with the likes of Audi, etc. It just needs more traction. And the BMW system on the M5 is pretty trick, because you can disable the front and drive it in drift mode, rear-wheel drive. So I really think that is going to be part of the upcoming M3, which will be due out, I don't know, in the next year and a half, I would say. Once again, I want to thank BMW of the main line for letting me drive this M3. Once again, this exact car is pre-owned. I'll put a link below if you want to buy this car. Really nice car. I like the color combination. It's just a nice car. Obviously manual transmission. I keep saying that. You'll hear me say that a lot. Wow, the woman in front of me is having quite a hissy fit there. I don't know who she's talking to. And I'm sure if you took this thing on the track, whew, would be a lot of fun. Wow. Especially if you put like a little grippier compound brake pad on there for the track, maybe some stickier tires. This thing would be a beast. Obviously this car, it comes standard with the carbon fiber roof, which lowers that center of gravity. Obviously we can't open the roof because the roof is carbon, and obviously it looks awesome from the outside. It's hard to see on a black car, you got to get up close, but on a lighter colored car it's pretty striking. So we're back at the dealer. Once again, my name is Jonathan Miller. My channel, it's Jonathan Miller. Hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, like, please comment. I asked a lot of questions in this video, so I really want to hear from you guys. So thanks a lot, appreciate it. Thanks for taking a couple minutes out of your day to spend with me. Take care, have a great weekend.